Biden tells Putin, U.S. no longer rolling over.
Here's a summary of the article.
3-minute read. Washington, President Joe Biden on Thursday told Russia that the United States would no longer be rolling over in the face of aggressive action by Moscow, declaring a new, tough approach by Washington. Visiting the State Department, Biden also promised to repair alliances and engage with the world again. Biden, as expected, adopted a sterner tone with Russian President Vladimir Putin than his predecessor, Donald Trump. I made it clear to President Putin in a manner very different from my predecessor, that the days the United States rolling over in the face of Russia's aggressive actions, interfering with our elections, cyber attacks, poisoning citizens are over, Biden said. We will not hesitate to raise the cost on Russia and defend our vital interests and our people, and we will be more effective in dealing with Russia when we work in coalition and coordination with other like-minded partners, he said. As president, Trump came under intense criticism that he was too friendly with Moscow, amid U.S. intelligence findings that Russia interfered in the 2016 presidential election to boost his chances of winning the White House. Washington and Moscow disagree on a wide range of issues such as Russia's military ambitions in Ukraine and Georgia, the alleged poisoning of Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny, and last year's cyberattack on U.S. government agencies that Washington blames on Russia.
This post received a score of 30,000, with an upvote ratio of 87%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Saying that is really easy. I'd love to see it applied in practice.
Russia is already sanctioned to shit. Outside of full-on war, would we be stopping them? The people are getting sick of Putin and he knows this, that's why he's jailing his opposition and pretending he can rule forever.
We should influence Britain to stop allowing all the rich oligarchs investing there.
Please do. I still dream of being a homeowner by the time I'm old enough to never retire.
You have to hit them where it hurts, their pockets. Go after the Russian oligarchs and their families in the West.
Putin lost his debtor puppet, but his real goal was fomenting chaos in the U.S.
Ain't that the truth? Not only does he view the U.S. as an enemy, but it also takes the spotlight off his crimes to have the U.S. in chaos. Trump becoming president was a big win for Putin. A huge win, one might say. One might also then go on to blame China for something in a rambling non sequitur.
Greater than he viewed the US as an enemy. TBF, the US has been an enemy of Russia for almost the entire 20th century. Well, the fact that Russia pretty much took over most of Europe as far west as East Germany and then denied everyone free movement probably had something to do with it, apart from their military power, of course. Also the fact that they were trying to export this model to Asia, Africa and Latin America too. From a Russian standpoint, it was before that. The US funded the White Russians against the Bolsheviks in the Russian Civil War, trying to end the socialist state because they feared its rise against capitalism. That's why they've historically been enemies. Edit, a typo.
It's unfortunate that so many people do not understand this simple yet crucially important fact of history. The Russians have an enormous distrust of the West because of this.
It's because it's not taught in the American education system. What, the US do bad things? Come on now, land of the free.
People say this all the time, but it isn't true. They teach small children the whitewashed version, then when they become teens they teach the gruesome truth, or at least some of it.
Yeah, from 6th grade on I was taught literally everything that Redditors are constantly claiming is suppressed history in the US.
Where did you go to school? I never heard anything about suppression of labor. The only details about genocide of Native Americans were limited to the Trail of Tears and infected blankets. Suppression of African Americans was pretty much just, and then there was a civil rights movement and a lady on a bus, that the US was selling weapons and hardware to both sides in WW1, or anything about the many puppet governments installed throughout Latin America. A lot of this I didn't hear about until after _college _. You're saying you actually learned all of this stuff in public middle school?
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.